What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Desi Lux. I'm back at it again, and today we about to check out this video from Fantastic Hip Hop. How Drake forgot his lyrics and got booed off stage. Now I heard about this. I don't really know the details, so we're gonna let my boy Fantastic Hip Hop break down everything that happened with Drizzy. Man, Drizzy, he just keep taking L's, man. He can't help it, bro. He just L's on L's on L's. But let's see what he talking about.
Now, when it comes to Drake and Kendrick Lamar, well, now,
Mm,
if you're ready to see how Drake just got exposed for not just having a failing tour that people don't want to be at, but for
mm.
having a series of concerts where he is getting on stage every night and he is straight up scamming his fans so bad that he doesn't even know his own lyrics, be sure to leave
Word?
a like and subscribe. And
Is
now,
that bad?
really, as Kendrick Lamar also just managed to level up on his tour at the same time as the Iceman turned from the Trash Man now to the Scam Man. Make sure to stick around for this one because you're not going to want to miss what's about to happen next with the biggest winner in hip hop and now with the biggest loser in hip hop. What I will say before we jump into this is now, as the Drake fans don't want you to hear stories like this, and they have been more annoying than ever, as they'd
Mm.
rather just sit there and pretend that the knockoff version of One Dance that Drake just released is actually a hit. And then, of course,
Drake
defend their
dropped a
favorite
song?
40-year-old man who has a picture with almost the entire cast of Stranger Things. Listen, what I gotta say is just make sure to leave a like before we go any further into this because the support goes a long way. And now,
Yeah,
with
y'all
that
show love to
said,
Fantastic
in
Hip
this
Hop, man.
never-ending run of wins and losses from the king of rap and the Karen of it really does seem like now, with every new performance that is coming out from Drake,
I just
and with
realized he
every
called him the
moment we are
Karen of hip
seeing
hop.
from the Some Not Special Shows for You tour, really, no matter what they are trying to convince us about with these Drake shows and the
Oh
optics that they're trying to
nah.
make look impressive, Drake and
They
his
really
team
threw
are
toilet
so
paper.
incompetent and uncalculated that just by showing off more clips of this thing, we are seeing
Wow.
how bad the OVO karaoke circus really is today. And now, within this circus, over everything else we have been seeing recently, right now, what has never looked like it's more true is that this is not a tour or anything like that, but really, this Drake Live experience is a karaoke festival to the worst degree you could have ever expected. And now, really, while this
Is it
was
really
once
this
kind of a
bad?
joke, now not just are the Drake fans going to do karaoke to fill in for him and sing along with his pre-recorded vocals, but really now, between Drake actually
Pre-recorded
making you
vocals.
do the work at the show, the speakers also doing the work, and now what has just been exposed, what we are now
Wow.
seeing, is that Drake is running maybe the biggest grift of all time with these things, as Drake has now exposed himself for doing karaoke himself, as now in a new video from the Some Lame Shows for You tour, when Drake was performing the third biggest song on SSS for You, which, listen, the first time I heard that album, I made a vow to never listen to it again, so all I know is that it's that Trash Trying track, which I think has Yeba on it. Well,
Okay, listen. I'm gonna be fair. That sexy songs for you. It's a couple songs on there that's cool. There's a couple songs on there that's cool. There's also a couple songs on there I do not listen to. No cap. Them bitches getting no play around me. But there's other couple songs that's decent on there. Nah, it's decent, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's really some troll shit on that album, like that Spider-Man joint. That's like a TikTok song. So like I can see, but it's just not. I don't know if it's like 100% trash. Like Fantastic Hip Hop is a Drake hater, so we got to keep that in mind. I don't want to say it's 100% trash, but it's definitely not the best. It's probably one of the worst albums he's put out, to be honest.
than this. You can see this for yourself when Drake is now running up and down the stage and making the crowd do all the work, and he's actually trying to do some sort of a vocal performance himself. Well, the only reason
He
why it
pulling a
seems like he
Wayne. He don't
speaks
know
more when
his
he is on one
bars.
side of the stage compared to the other is because he has a teleprompter giving him the words of what to say. To be
Really?
honest, now when you see videos of Drake during this
Oh,
tour,
that was
you
that little
just see how
screen at the
awkward he is
bottom.
moving in general, and you see how stiff and lame, and how it kind
Not
of almost
trash.
looks like his
Yeah, I don't
face
know. I
is
don't think it's
stuck within a
trash.
certain direction. Well, I guess these Stranger Things are starting to make a little bit of sense, and what we are finding out is that lame old Lawbury has now been caught and exposed
He
for
called him
literally doing
Aubrey.
karaoke
Oh
at
no,
his
he
own
do not rock with
performances,
Drake.
where he is trying to come out on stage and ultimately show. that he can compete with Kendrick Lamar, any rap great right now, and that he is a premier touring artist. And now really, when we go into Drake doing this, what I will say is that Drake is not even close to the only artist to ever do this, and this is even something that Lil Wayne himself has done, and as
I mean, but Lil Wayne brain is fried. This nigga brain fried. He don't remember his bars at all. He smoked the last brain cell away like 10 years ago. So I can't really be mad at Wayne using a teleprompter. And Wayne's not like, you know, he's very self-admitted about that stuff. Like he's very clearly out of it. You know what I'm saying? So Wayne using a teleprompter, I can't be mad at. But like Drizzy, I wouldn't even say I'm mad. It's just like it's gonna take a level of performance down a notch. Fantastic Hip Hop is about to shit all over him, but I can't put you as a top level performer if you can't even remember your bars. I'm gonna just be honest. You nowhere near top level. You can't remember your raps, okay? Just period.
Somebody who has worked in touring and has seen a lot of shows that I would have never went to otherwise. Listen, for your generational artists that come into town, like your Kendrick Lamars and your Tyler the Creators, or even all-time greats, in between those types of artists, there are a lot of other lazy acts who just phone things in and read off machines. Because
he
really,
got a whole
and this
prompter
is
in
what
front
you
of him.
see when you go deeper into the music industry, is that ultimately a lot of these artists are not even writing or even have any sort of attachment to their songs, but they
That's
literally
true.
just become mascots who are performing something that they are reading off of pretty much. And again, this is a lot of the music industry, and it's just straight grifters who so clearly are doing the thing that they are, not for passion, but because
this makes sense though, because Drake
and
has
again,
a lot
when
of
you
his
see
music
somebody
written
like
for
Kendrick
him.
Lamar just come straight
So
in
for
and
him to not
rap
have
the
any
way he
attachment
does,
makes
which
sense.
again, and I will highlight this just to compare, for example, while Drake is reading off lyrics and allowing speakers and crowds to fill in for him. Well, listen, while the crowd can have fun at Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick actually designed
Man,
his
who
shows
that
for the
is?
crowds to engage at the
Hey,
right points, and
shorty.
then for him to rap at the right
Let me
point.
go
Designed
back.
his shows for the crowds to engage at the right
Oh
points,
yeah,
and then
y'all
for
had
him
a
to
show
rap
at this
the
show.
right points, which of course is why the crowd will look like this for Family Ties, but then at Man in the Garden, everybody is sitting there knowing that they are watching one of the greatest talents they will ever see. Just
I rock
perform
with Man in
something
the
that
Garden.
is genuinely incredible. And
I
even
rock
when
with that
Kendrick
song
Lamar
heavy.
raps, and you see him sometimes change inflections or flow patterns, or take a breath in a different spot, or change up the words slightly, this ultimately just shows how his brain is a rap encyclopedia that ultimately, while it may not perform the verse 100% the way it was written and recorded, understands the actual sentiment and is able to improvise on the spot, which just shows how great of an MC he is. And even with other rappers I have seen that are all-time greats like Nas, Common, Earl Sweatshirt, Action Bronson, J. Cole.
I'm sorry, I need to go back because this man said a list of rappers that are all-time greats. Can I go back and listen to this list?
Which just shows how great of an MC he is. And even with other rappers I have seen that are all-time greats like Nas, Common, Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt. Man, get the fuck out of here. He ain't no all-time great. Get the fuck out of here.
Action Bronson, J.
Action Bronson.
Cole, and just a lot of other really solid lyricists.
Boy.
Again, when you do see real MCs, they all have this intangible, which just leaves you watching them in awe. And really, when we look at touring right now, whether we look at Kendrick or Tyler the Creator, who have had the two best live experiences going on in hip-hop with the Grand National and Chromacopia tours, well listen, you can just see that these guys don't rely on any sort of gimmicks and are always so engaged because they actually know their lyrics and are invested enough in the music they make to just deliver great performances from the heart. And again, unlike Drake, this is not a job for them. This is something that is so much bigger. And really, when you just see how lazy in presentation the Drake shows are, and then see with Kendrick and Tyler, from the set design to the effects to the presentation to the storytelling to the videos and everything else, which is all A1. Well, again, when you look in with this and see Kendrick and Tyler's shows literally functioning like a Broadway play in terms of how many aspects are going on right alongside of the music.
But like Kendrick has always been a fantastic performer. Like that's one thing that people cannot say about Kendrick when it comes to his performances. I know some people are not a fan of his music, but he give you a show, like 100%, from choreography to all. He give you a whole show. I know a lot of people who have said that the Drake shows, like, they're lit because of the vibe, but like him as a performer, he's not really doing much, you know. So I mean, especially if he's reading off of teleprompters and like according to what Fantastic Hip Hop is saying, that he's not even rapping a lot of these tracks. He's letting the fans rap it. It's like, yes, there's moments and times where you let the fans rap the song, but if the fans are rapping the majority of the songs, most of the song, and you're not even like rapping it with them, it's like, bro, this Apple Music right here, this in the car vibes, like, do this at the crib. What we paying for a ticket? You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you compare this, which is the gold
Or
standard,
Spotify, if
to
you
Drake, who
Spotify
was
boy.
using a lyric
I'm
machine
on
for a
Spotify.
song that he released in February. Once again, we are seeing why some rappers are in great places and why others are doing some stranger things. And now, really, when you just see this and understand that no matter
he
what
is
else
on
you
his
want to
head.
say, this does solidify and really validate that Drake is one of the most lazy performers out there. Because again, when these machines are used a lot of the time, it's for older songs that artists may have forgotten, and that's giving them the benefit of the doubt, and not a song that they released in February. Listen, we shouldn't be surprised that Drake is using yet another grift to try and make these shows go on, but really what's the most baffling part about all of this is that it's showing now that in this time where everything
Boy, I thought that was Kurt Franklin.
showing now that in
I thought this nigga was Kurt Franklin. Hold on.
Shows go on, but really what's the most baffling part about all of this is that it's showing now that in this time where everything that has been going on and Drake's back is against the wall, and
I was like, what's Drake doing with Kurt? He about to do a gospel album?
He has ever done in his career. Still, with all of this, there wasn't a single sense of urgency.
Kirk ain't got no goatee, man. I don't know why I thought it was Kurt.
That really could have rivaled the Grand National Tour, and instead, Drake was just hoping to grift his way back into the lead circle of rap, which, of course, while it has not worked, to even believe that this was going to be your way back and you could have just gotten away with the bare minimum. Once again, this is another display of how Drake's laziness just kept rap within such a bad place, as now at one point, as Drake was considered the center guy of the genre,
is going
and the
crazy
tours were
on
the premier
Drake.
thing to see live. Well, you just see why the Drake era got as bad as it did. And so now, while we are looking and laughing at this Drake tour where things are getting stranger by the second and he is forgetting lyric, people are throwing things at him, and it's really just looking like a mess as Drake is
throwing
still,
toilet paper
course,
is crazy,
shows because he may have over.
I don't understand how people can excuse him getting toilet paper
But when you just
throughout.
see the mess of the Not Some Special Shows for You tour and see what Kendrick Lamar is doing, and not just already solidified, but see what he is planning to do in the near future based on what he has just
That was a
released.
fire ad.
Well, then when we look at what Kendrick Lamar is about
was a
to
fire
do
ad.
to close out the year and close out the Grand National Tour once and for all, right in Australia, where Drake canceled the Anita Max Win tour. This is really where things get funny, because
I
now
forgot
Kendrick
he
Lamar has not
canceled the
just booked
tour.
solo shows originally, because SZA won't be on that part of the tour anymore, which in of itself also proves that this has always been Kendrick's tour for those who still want to say it hasn't. But now, without even SZA, Kendrick didn't just sell out these shows by himself with ease and then book even more shows because of how high the demand is. But now, in the matter of days, Kendrick is going to have 4 stadium shows out there, which really, if we want to get funny, is almost the amount of arena shows that Drake canceled when he was running away. But really, in addition to Kendrick having these shows, he is bringing a team with him to have a lot of fun and to close out this chapter of his career, as he is bringing some major artists, as now on some of the nights it will be none other than Schoolboy Q, which we have talked about. And there may
shout out to
be something
Q.
going on with Black Hippie there, but making things even bigger.
Black
and
Hippie
showing
will
the
be
entire
crazy.
Plan that TDE has, which is definitely something big. Kendrick will now also have Doechii playing with him, which has been going viral.
Doechii gonna be on there?
Big deal in terms of having somebody who has already shown a lot of promise as both an artist and a performer doing something so big this early on into their careers. And now, really, with
shout out to
getting
Doechii.
ready to play stadiums with Kendrick
A lot of people
Lamar
hate her. I
himself,
do not hate
really
her.
Beyond the optics of Kendrick kind of trolling Drake by
she's
booking
cool.
more shows than ever in the place that Drake ran away from, and
There go
after
Kirk.
in way bigger venues. To now see what Kendrick is doing, where Doechii is going to be alongside him, this is going to be incredible. And I am sure for Doechii, while there has been a lot of negative discourse around her after having a great year at first, but then all these industry plan conversations arise, I do think that
Man, when I found out Doechii did that one song, I can't even remember the name, but it's that song that she did that went viral, like super viral on social media. She performed that joint at the Grammys, I think it was. I didn't even know that was Doechii's song. I thought that was somebody else's song. So to find out that Doechii made that song, I was like, oh shit. That kind of made me feel like, okay, maybe she really ain't a plan. Because I remember that song going viral on social media way back then. And then all of a sudden we see Doechii, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I did get like Plant Energy, but then when I seen that she did that song prior, I was like, okay, she probably just been an artist for a while, and that hit, and then some stuff in between didn't hit, and then this new stuff hit, so that's why she's out of here. You feel me? That's what I believe, at least. Oh, I hit something.
When Doechii stands next to Kendrick Lamar, we may even eventually see what they are doing in terms of a collaboration soon, because as Kendrick called her the hardest MC in the game.
Would y'all want to see Doechii and Kendrick?
Rap star is going to look like. And overall, with all,
I think it could be interesting.
Very exciting times for.
I think it'd be interesting to see Doechii and Kendrick.
And Schoolboy Q are all going to be on the road together, and really Doechii is going to get that TDE stamp where everybody is going to know that she is working right alongside the best rapper in the game right now. And now, really, what I think is so great about this is now, as Kendrick Lamar is using this tour and his
Drake not knowing his bars is like kind of wild, though. And the toilet paper's even crazier.
So much bigger than himself, while still taking the victory lap that is showing he is the king. Well, this is huge, and this is how you build a rap dynasty. And in comparison, when you see Drake doing these karaoke nights where he can't even remember the lyrics to songs that were supposed to be the big hits from his album, I thought. Well, overall, this is all just getting pathetic for Karen and great for that other side in hip hop. And really, now, as we are at a point where Drake's shows keep getting worse and Kendrick just keeps moving up more and more, what I think we are going to see is that this entire house of cards that Drake has been trying to convince us he built properly is going to fall down eventually, and one day we will all see the lies. And at the same time as this, as Kendrick is really getting closer to building this musical dynasty to the level that he really wants and the level it can reach.
I honestly think he already there.
On in PG Lang and TDE, and they're all working together, and clearly there is.
Man, Kendrick ain't got to drop no more music. He could retire right now, bro. That man has done so much. His shit is solidified already. I don't think he got to drop another bar. Am I glad that he's going to continue to make music? Of course, but he's out of here already. He don't got to do nothing. Like, I'm talking about legacy-wise, like all-time-wise. Like, he's done enough to be in whatever conversation that you're going to put him in. Personally, that's up to you. To me, I think there's like, he can obviously improve on it, but like, I don't think he's going to do anything that's going to move the needle for people anymore. I think he's at where he's at, whatever you rank him at. I think he's there. He ain't got to make nothing else.
Just something bigger at play here. Well, really, with all of this, I think we are on the verge of another genre-shifting moment that will be all around Kendrick, Doechii, Schoolboy Q, Baby Keem when he decides to return, and all of
Man, where the hell has he been?
This, all I will say now, as Kendrick is leveling up,
where the hell is Baby Keem?
Drake while changing the history of live performing in rap. Well, listen, for anybody who ever decides to go against Kendrick Lamar again, please remember to read your lyrics before you go on tour. And so now, with all of that said, let me know.
He do not rock with Drake,
going on
bro.
with Drake and Kendrick right now, how pathetic do you think it is that Drake does not know the lyrics to all of the songs he is performing, alongside the pathetic karaoke he has already done? And what do you think about Kendrick Lamar now expanding his tour, adding Doechii to the list?
I think it's, I don't know about pathetic. I do think it's fucked up that you're supposed to be giving people a performance and you're just letting people rap. You're not saying shit. That is kind of fucked up. And then you not knowing the words. From what Fantastic Hip Hop is making it sound like, it's like more than one time, and he's had the prompter and lyrics in front of him multiple times. That's crazy. Like, a one-off, maybe I could give some grace to, but if it's something you're doing consistently, man, you just really not putting that work in, bro. Real talk. You don't got that Lil Wayne excuse of your brain being fried because all that weed you small, them drugs you done did, all that lean you done sipped. You ain't did none of that. You was a good Jewish boy. You was in the house. You was not outside. You ain't got no excuses, my boy. So realistically, like, my nigga, you shouldn't be fucking. You should be on your P's and Q's. What's up, Lonnie? You should be on your P's and Q's. So the fact that you don't remember shit and niggas is throwing toilet paper at your motherfucking ass, they calling you shit. That's why they throwing toilet paper at you. They say you shit. You trash. Come on, man, tighten up.
And everything else going on with him. Now, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about all this. Now, if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now, if you want to see how right before this, well, listen, something big just happened as Metro Boomin was talking about how Kendrick Lamar's GNX has changed the rap landscape, and at the same time, Drake just had the worst flop he ever has. Check out the suggested video.
Hey, W video from Fantastic Hip Hop. This was good. Yeah, like I gave most of my thoughts. I think that Drake I don't even know if he's like, is he canceling some more tour dates? Because I remember he canceled a stream he's supposed to do with Kai, uh, because of he was trying to run interference on Kendrick's date for when his tour started. So he had a stream with Kai started, and then he canceled it afterwards and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know how this nigga movie different, bro. This nigga he making lighter skinned niggas look bad. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga, he on some other shit. I can't get with some of the shit he do, man. Real talk. But man, I appreciate you. You stayed to the end of the video. You got any videos you want me to do? Let me know in the comments, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it, man. Y'all know me. YouTube, I love y'all. Peace.